Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be looking into Meg's latest stunt, the Paris stunt. I don't need to go into details of what's happened. It's been everywhere, but I do have some thoughts for you guys before I launch into the readings. So let me just talk you through my thoughts. There has been so much I've wanted to say about this Megalodon stuff, this tunnel stunt. So my initial observations are this. First off, what an absolute psychopath. This whole stunt has so many layers. In fact, when I was shuffling the cards, these cards, because there's something I want to add to this reading, I don't know why I've been drawn to get these cards out. The Empress in reverse and the Four of Swords in reverse. The Empress is the mother, it's in reverse. The Four of Swords to me is an indicator of a passing or a death. She's deliberately triangulated herself with this tunnel stuff in my mind. These cards came out. So harvesting the mother's energy, the dead mother's energy. Okay. So, but before we get into the weirder stuff, let me just talk to you about the optics and what I think she was trying to do. The first layer is pointed at William. The Earthshot finalists were announced yesterday, and he's just had a really successful Apple TV interview where he's talked about where he's restructuring the monarchy. She has been obsessed with William, obsessed with Diana since she was a tween. So this is directed at William. With regards to her dumb prince husband, you know, that dumb prince husband who gets triggered by paparazzi. How is this going to go down with him? Is he fragile right now, sucking his thumb with a bag of weed in the chicken? How could my wife do this to me? Or is he in on it? Optics-wise, for Megsy, she's saying, I don't care. I've got balls to go through the tunnel. Doesn't bother me. I'm protected. Yeah, it's a swag. She's trying to do some swag. The ex-royal who survived where the iconic ex-royal died is... I can't believe it, man. If she believes the conspiracies, this is a massive screw you to the royals in a way. Not that I believe the conspiracies. She thinks she'll be getting the yes queen from the Zoomers, which is really pathetic given she's 906 years old. The dumb prince in Paris is nowhere to be seen. The cards have said she wants to be in her and her handbag holder. She wants to be a powerful woman. She wants to be revered. And go back to the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, guys, so you're gonna have to this is where it gets dark. You guys know I'm intrigued by the spookier side of life. Doesn't mean I walk it, but I have some knowledge of it. I'm just saying, just before anyone goes, oh my god, no, I have knowledge of it because you need to know what you're dealing with. This could have been a massive energy working. Trust me and believe me, Megsy knows about some of this stuff. She might be very competent at it, but she does. She mixes and has mixed in those circles. Look up the High Priestess of Paris. She's a designer. Megsy went to school with her daughter. There are occult practices out there that do not get much airtime to the public, and you have to rummage for it. I think she's harvesting Diana's energy. Maybe she's been inspired by the Ed Gein documentary on Netflix, you know, sticking mother's face on your own or trying to recreate a mother. She's trying to outshine Diana by harvesting her energy. Even the clothes she was wearing, the white at the show to signify purity, it's almost like a Pope outfit, if you saw my meme. It's kind of like a ritual cleansing. And then she wore the dark dress to something after, I don't know. So, you know, black and white, dark and light. She does this on a run up to a full moon. It's a super moon, so strong application of amplification of desires. As the super moon in Aries can relate to harnessing both sides of herself, which leads you back to the black and the white. For Megxie, this is a big deal. This is in her head. This is her moment. Again, this is many moments like that. After all, she's a narcissistic psychopath. For a woman who is obsessed by the royals as a child, for a woman who is obsessed with William and Catherine, she's deeply, and I mean deeply, sick in the head by doing this. Completely. I want to talk about algorithms for a moment. Megxie's father and family had a big media story last week, you know, stuck in the tower, not stuck in the tower, wasn't stuck in the tower. And they even managed to have the Daily Mail there. You know, how convenient. And this was all leading up in the days of Paris, leading up to Paris. Megxie does something big like this and her family's name. I am really suspicious, guys. Like, they are coordinating somehow, because there's silence for a while and then there's this, you know, I've been in a tower shake, and then, oh, I've where Diana died with my feet up on the chair. It's just disrespect at this point. She's now doubled down. As of today, she doubled down on the driving stunt, and she's on the back seat of her limo again with her flippers and two of her associates. Flippers also sitting on this with their legs up on the seat, basically, like saying, screw you, I ain't bothered. So she's got no class, no empathy, or me, and it's an extra F you at William and the royals. If I'd come on to record yesterday, I may not have been as professional in my review of her absolute poo show. I would have definitely got a slap by the YouTube gods. Now, here's the thing. My suspicion is she's harvesting energy. Yes, even yours and mine. Even the people who hate her. She's attention. And the need to clap back, to correct the record, that's all part of her game as well. She wants the energy. She needs the world to see herself as she sees herself. It's a dubious, dark energy cycle. Anyway, that aside, we knew it was coming. Last week, the cards picked up she was traveling. They also predicted she was doubling down on Diana. And for the last month, as pointed out by you guys when I was talking about it yesterday, we predicted she would do a big risk, something stupid that wasn't going to end well. I feel that this is it. This is definitely the start of it. Now, my chest. We're going to start doing a reading in a minute. I will be reading how this went down with H and the roles, depending on what the cards say. It might be included in this or separate reading. Okay. All right, then. Let's go. Let's check in on this beige demon. Like I said, these two cards came out. I think she's done an energy working, guys. I think she has. She's into some serious stuff. Whew. Don't worry, I'm protected. You're protected. But we're going to have a look. Let's start off with, what is she trying to achieve with this? What does she want? Let's just go there. Let's just go there. Now, if you're new here, hello, please subscribe, like, share, and all of that YouTube stuff. I always forget to say that. But if you're new here, I work in layers, and I also work in the Celtic cross system. I also read the cards using Jungian astrology, as well as like the simplistic guidebook stuff as well. So there's a lot of things going on here. So we're going to have a look. We're going to have a see. We're going to have a look into what Megxie is doing. Of course, the cards, depending on the position in the spread and the relationship to the other cards, the meanings can somewhat change. It's like having a conversation. It really is. So let's have a look, see what the cards are saying. First off, the Three of Wands. This is disruption. She wants attention. She wants disruption. There was three people in the car at a pushback in her clapback thing. And that Three of Wands there's disruption. This is planned. She's trying to be this kind of disruptor, this kind of person who is everywhere. Ace of Pentacles, money. She was at a Balenciaga show, and I forgot to mention. I've just realised I forgot to mention this. That Balenciaga, who in 2022 had a scandal involving children and kind of like graphic bears. I don't think she's paid a penny to be in Paris. I think private jets, all of that shebang, everything, the wardrobe, the lot. Someone's paying her to be there. Yeah, because there's an element of cash here straight away. There's also an element of big failure coming up. The Five of Swords above, she's forgotten some details. She's pushing things. Like, it's almost like she's kind of forgotten what she said in the past somehow. So something's going to bounce up and bite her on the ass. With all of this. The Hanged Man is in reverse. The Hanged Man in reverse underneath. She's running out of patience. She wants her star to shine absolutely now. Completely. Absolutely now. But she's done with it, you know? She thinks if she just goes, right, I'm going to go on a full-on charge attack. I am going to do it. The Sun is in reverse. All right, bringing the kids out didn't work. And the Ace of Pentacles as well. She wants to really start a new path and make some money. Eight of Wands, what she wanted. She wants the press. She wants the energy. She wants the movement. She wants it to be negative. Yeah, she wants all of this. She really, really wants all of this. She wants all of the YouTubers. She wants all of the memes. She wants all of the Megxit stuff. She wants all of it. She loves all of it. Something has changed within her. Big style. And she is really like... And what's on the outside? The Hermit in reverse. This is... And there's the Scorpio in reverse. Death in reverse. This is dark magic, guys. The Magician is there. This is absolutely dark magic. This is part of a working. The Hermit in reverse there. This is deliberately to get at Preparation H, you know? This is to get at Harry for something. What she wants is wealth, to appear wealthy, to seem that she is starting something new, to seem that she is reaching out of something. And Harry wasn't there. Why wasn't Harry at Fashion Week? There's money involved in all of this story. I mean, there always is with these types, but there is money involved in this story. So what she wants to push something through. Now, she wants to push herself through. Let me just have a look and see. Let me have a look and see. Is she aware that she was... I think she's aware that she's doing spell work, but I'm going to keep going and let me have a look and see if she is aware of this spell work. So on a superficial basis, this is what she wants. And this next cards are going to be energy work-wise. The Magician in reverse can be a dark energy working. Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, she's doing something. Megxit would come out as a Leo, so she would come out as Queen of Wands in the tarot, because it relates to the fire signs. That Queen of Wands in reverse shows me that there is something going on. The Seven of Cups in reverse is creating confusion and different memories and gaslighting, and she wants to appear to be something she's not, so she's trying to gaslight and kickstart a new narrative. The Nine of Wands there, she's setting a boundary, she's setting a line, she's saying, this is me, do not cross it, I am me. She's, you know, being annoying. Seven of Pentacles there. This is impatience again, guys. Both of these cards are impatient. She wants to cash out. She wants to bring everything in. This icon that she believes she isn't happening as quickly enough for her. So she needs to kind of like get this leverage out for herself. Control and the real world. And the Four of Cups is she's a little bit, she's getting more receptive to hearing things about her. Ace of Cups in reverse. This is completely manipulation of spirit, guys. This is complete gaslighting. Seven of Cups in reverse. Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, she's totally. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, she wants to force a change. The World in reverse. She wants to. This is going to bounce back on her, and it's going to be some narcissistic wounding. She really is doing something here. I think she must be working with somebody else. That Four of Cups in reverse, she's receptive to something. Guys, she's like, now she's using the negative attention to kind of harvest something for her, to do something for her. I just want to go back to this, the Hermit in reverse and the King in reverse. The King is a Scorpio. The King in reverse here, she either wants to burn completely, she's hoping to burn bridges further, or she wants to annoy the King. Either way. Now, William isn't on the table, but I feel like there's more going on here. Let me have a look and see where she is with this. Let's have a look at the energy. What's going on with the energy? It's being forced through. Two of Swords in reverse. There's the Hanged Man in reverse as well. Running out of patience. This is a forced. The Hermit in reverse again. And the Seven of Pentacles underneath as well. There's a level of impatience. There's a level of wanting to bring things in. There's a level of wanting to move the story along. And there's the Sun in reverse again. The Sun was in reverse there as well. So this links back to lineage and children and trying to get herself into a new light, trying to get herself to be love, trying to get herself to be everything. There might be something else coming up regarding her around. Let me just say, there might be something else coming up about this story around winter solstice. So for us in the Northern Hemisphere, around the 21st, the 22nd of December. The Knight of Swords there, she wants protection. The Eight of Pentacles there, it's not worked. This isn't worked how she wanted it to. In the Temperance reverse there. So there's a Sagittarius in the story. There's the Three of Swords. And that's the Eight. And that's the Strength card in reverse. For some reason, they're going to try and turn around and say that this is to do with something with security. That this is something with security as well. And they're trying to get at Harry. They want Harry. What's Harry so important to this energy working? What is with this Harry cards coming up? Ace of Wands. They're frustrated by him. She thinks Harry is the reason she's not making coin. She also thinks the Queen of Pentacles in reverse there, which could be related to Catherine, because Catherine is a Capricorn, so would come out as Pentacles. She also thinks Catherine is blocking her creativity and her money, and Harry is. I feel like there's a little bit of. It's weird because Harry obviously loves Catherine, or did love Catherine, till all the poison went where it was welcome. William loves Catherine. Meghan hates Catherine for those reasons. Yeah, because Catherine is the next queen, let's be honest. She really hates her for that. She's worried she's going to get some narcissistic wounding. They're worried that there's to be some pushback from all this. There is going to be pushback from this energy work she's doing. We've got the Strength card in reverse. The Strength card, of course, in the tarot relates to the astrological sign of Leo. She's just done this big work and it's putting her at a difference. I am quite relieved that William isn't in this spread, but Harry is. In all of these 3 layers, Harry is there. So let me get Harry's cards. Is he in on this? Is he part of this? Is he part of the energy working? The Magician in reverse has been coming out for Harry a lot lately. Are they all part of it? I think she's playing with stuff she thinks she understands, and it's good. It's really not good. Ace of Cups in reverse. A manipulation, a gaslighting, calling in spirit. That's worried about wounding. Okay. King of Coins in reverse. Okay, so he thinks it makes him look stupid. And the 7 of Cups in reverse as well. There's a lot of gaslighting here, guys, and there's stuff with spirit as well. So, and there's wounding here. Let me just see what's on the run up to it. The 10 of Wands in reverse, a burden lifted. So he has been unburdened by something, and he's straight into this. The Ace of Cups in reverse. The levels of gaslighting going on here. He doesn't like the way there's this sense that he's not quite comfortable with all of this, but there is a level of gaslighting here. This will be what's on the mind, this section here. So we shall see. There's the 6 of Cups. There's the 9 of Wands going over boundaries. Ooh, whose boundaries you gone over there, Harry? Whose boundaries you gone over there? The 9 of Wands in reverse. He has the devil surrounding him. There's this oppressive energy surrounding him. Whatever energy they're working with is not good. Not good at all. There is, because of the burden lifted there with the 10 of Wands in reverse, I feel like he saw in on this. He knew this was going to happen somehow. The 6 of Cups in reverse there shows like there's going to be some misremembering around childhood and stuff. The devil surrounding her there. Him even. And the boundaries that has been crossed. He's actually crossing other people's boundaries with this. I think he's in the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. There's concerns about the real world and the physical world and, you know, solid stuff. And the Star in reverse is going to make him look weird and cold. The whole episode is going to make him look weird and cold and odder than normal. It's also linked to an Aquarian. So there could be an Aquarian involved in this story somehow, and he's not going to be happy about it. He's going to make himself look an arse. So whether he does another Oprah interview or something like that and they mention it, either or, this is a exceptionally wonky energy. They're trying do something and it hasn't landed how they wanted it to. Megxie doesn't care, she's getting attention, but when it comes to Harry, he's somewhat in on it. He's worried about his image and stuff, you know. I've got a funny feeling that if Megxie ever addresses it to go, oh, I just didn't know, I'm not completely up with the Diana law, or she's going to say something like, oh, I didn't know, oh, I was showing my husband that it's okay to drive around Paris in a car with his stuff at night, coming up to a big full moon, the harvest moon, to harvest energy, you know. And that could sound crazy. I know some of this sounds crazy, but as above, as below, this woman, these two are horrendous. What a thing to do. The only thing I'm surprised this reading is there wasn't more William and Catherine, but we did get Catherine. She's trying to harvest Diana's energy. She really, really is. She really is. It's so many layers to it, man. There's so many things going on. I feel like Harry is somewhat in on it. I know we're going to be hearing a lot about, what about poor Harry? I'm more worried about William, to be honest, with these cards. She's so far gone. Absolutely so far gone, man. She probably thinks she's in light, but she's so, like, she's like she's probably literally working with demons, and I'm not saying that lightly. She is, but damn, man. They just more or less, do you know how I say she's self-hexing? This is going to blow back on her. Oh well, never mind. I'm going to go and do a reading to see how the royals got on with this and felt about this. So depending on when I put this up, that'll be up after this. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I appreciate all of your support. Like, share, subscribe, and all of this. I'm off to have some sage and a drink, and then I'm doing some more readings for you guys. But man, this is no way, no chance. Okay, everyone, lots of love. Stay safe out there. Bye, guys.